Howdy everybody, I hope you're really well. Once again, it's been absolutely ages since I've done any filming. I do apologise, but I've had loads on, then my heart wasn't in it. So yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare. I mean, saying brief, basically since Christmas, January, February, loads of birthdays to be with. So there's quite a few days off sorted there. A few days where I got my days off free, got rained off, or should I say the rivers were in flood. I just didn't really fancy getting out. Then I've been really fortunate that Lee and his dad invited me along to Furnace Mill Fishery, and I did take my stuff to film with the full intention to film, but it'd been that long, it didn't feel right at all. So rather than stress myself, I just packed it all away and fished and just enjoyed the moment. So it was really nice. We all caught loads, to be fair. Glorious day, and it's such a secluded little venue, the Furnace Mill Fishery. It's very, very quiet, not like here where I am now. You can hear traffic all the time in the background. Lovely views, but noisy. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous down there, and really enjoyed the fishing session. Got to chat with Ed at the end as well, so that was really nice. I've joined Kimber Freeliners and had my first session on one of their waters, and had a cracking session. Probably about 30-40 perch. Just took the spinning reel setup, the spinning setup. Just took me have a quick mooch around to see what's going on, but fished along the way. And I had one perch, was easily getting on for £2. So really happy with that. And you can't film at that venue, and they're not too happy about people filming on their waters generically. So that might not be in my videos, to be fair, but we'll see what I can sort on that. But yeah, and then my other half, or my better half should I say, back in for a bit of surgery. So that knocked her out of action for 3 weeks. That's to do with, if any of you that have been with long enough will know, where she's really quite poorly a couple of Novembers ago. It's to do with that again. And yeah, and the real big news, I guess, which is the really weird one. My youngest daughter, Mouse, I don't mind saying this now, I must put this in really, but I don't mind saying now because it was all over social media, yet we didn't post anything, I hasten to say, didn't mention it once, out of respect for the family really, but then also didn't want to say anything until I knew the family know, or knew, yeah. My daughter joined, doing the DV, and she was signed up for the bronze. So we were going to do, on the 16th of April, we were going to do a big walk for her. I was going to do a bit of angling trust work at the same time, and then BAA bailiff on the way back up the canal from her big walk. We're doing this to break in the new boots, basically. So we've gone down to the Navigation pub on the Staff's Worcestershire Canal, and I just thought, you know what, whilst we're here, she loves adventures. I said, I'll show you when I was a kid where we used to play in the caves. So we've gone walking over, got to the cave, said cave, and I can't blame him, the farmer's probably had enough of all the drugs and other paraphernalia that gets used in his caves on his land. So he's scarified the land, filled the caves in, and the main big cave was actually smouldering, so he'd obviously set fire to it as well. And so, yeah, we've turned around, and on the way back, Mouse has turned around and said, like, Dad, is that not a thigh bone sticking out the floor? So, well, from here you can't really tell, let's walk over a bit closer. And as we got closer, it's like, yeah, there's a skull there as well. So yeah, long story short, Mouse found some human remains. So that escalated quite quickly, which ended in a 999 call. I had no idea what I was doing. You don't find human remains, you know what I mean? So I couldn't tell if it was a prank, if it was not real. The main thought in my head was that it was one of those educational skeletons you used to get in school on the hangy frame thing, but that didn't make sense because there's no frame or anything. So 999, that turned to a crime scene, and within an hour it was all over social media. And like I say, for me and my daughter, out of respect for the family of whoever might see this, we didn't want to be the first people to post anything up, and I'm not the sort of person to do clickbait, you know, so being respectful of the family, we just left it and let it run. Good Lord, did it escalate. And every Tom, Dick and Harry was going down with drones and all sorts, thinking they should give this all to the general public. So yeah, but now we've had our final interviews. I've been ruled out as being not involved. But they do know it was, the family do know, and it's a bit of a sad situation really. We kind of hoped it would give a bit of closure to a family, but that didn't happen. So, or I probably did, but you know, yeah. So, and then I'm here now. So I'm going to crack on. I'm on the 7. I actually thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is. I'm quite surprised, and this is a new stretch for the BAA. So I've come to have a little dabble on here and move around. I've only got a few hours as normal, and I've got to say, and perfect timing, Sean and Tom. I have had or been given and sent some new shades. So Sean and Tom have got a new range of polarised sunglasses being launched, and I've got to be fair, I lost me Fox ones probably 6 or 7 months ago. So I've had these sent to me to just to try and see how they get on, or as Tom said, one of the OGs can have one. So thank you very much, guys. I've just been looking at the water, they are spot on. Quite sceptical when people make their own stuff and it's not a brand, and that's probably a bit facetious. I shouldn't be doing that, because these are normal lenses. I'll try, and I don't think it'll work, but I'll try with the phone to put these in front so you can see they do work. They're spot on, they're really lightweight, and I'm really surprised, and I don't mean that to be rude, because I wasn't sure how they'd do, but they're spot on. They really are awesome, and the lenses that are in there, they make everything brighter as well. So yeah, no, it's absolutely I'm made up, to be fair. Cheers, guys. Let's get on. Let's get some fishing on the bank. No, fishing on the bank? Some fish on the bank. Yeah, you know. Get back on this little bit of a slack here. Fish on. That's a really nice looking perch, to be fair. Leave him in the net, was a sorty mate. Not a bad little fish at all. Right, let's have a little play the jig fly, because there is loads of weed here. So in theory there'd be a pike knocking around. Oh, Jesus, I wasn't expecting that. That's a nice fish. Very nice fish. Very nice fish indeed. And that might not be good. I feel like a dead weight. Still attached. Come on, out, out, out. Fantastic, look at the colours on that fish. Well, Dave, your lure's got me a little sweat on. in the net. Right, really happy with this. Caught on Dave's McFluff Chuckers fly. First pike for me this side of Christmas. Now, some people will say you shouldn't be fishing for them in these temperatures. Yeah, if the water was over or up to about 20 degrees, it's not, it's 15.9, so I'm more than happy that this fish will be going back safe and sound. And the fly, if I can see it, mixed with all that is Dave's fluff chucking fly. Nice one. Let's get it back. Come here, chap. Oh, little beauty. Gone. Oh dear. Gone. What's that? Is that a perch? Surely that's not a perch. That's a perch. That's a big off. That is as well. Hey. And now I'm faffing the bloody landing net. Come on. Oi, the net. Right, I'm glad I have stopped off. Can't even see myself. Glad I have stopped off because I had a right nice purchase come out.
Right, mate.
You alright?
Caught anything?
Yeah, a couple of perch. Calm down. Pull the braid around my fingers now. Lovely dark colours on this one. I'm actually getting there we go. There's made my day now. Absolutely belting fish. I thought it was a pike at first, absolutely nailed it. But I mean, it's not absolutely massive, but that'll do me. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Right, folks, that's the end of today's session, and I don't mind saying it's been an absolute nightmare in regards to it's been graft. It's been a graft of a day. I have proper swept my backside off today, going around these venues, trying to find the fish. It's not been easy today. I would have loved to have had an easier day, but first session out, lovely sun. I do promise myself I won't bailiff. Inevitably I do end up bailiffing because when you're walking around with the lures you tend to cover a lot more ground and bump into more people. So I've had some lovely conversations with some other anglers as well, but just really pleased to have gone out. I've had a nice perch from the last venue. I had a reasonable perch from a different venue which I couldn't film at, and then I've had a really nice pike from the very first venue. So all in all, I've not done bad. It's just been very drawn out. I mean, the one venue where I would guarantee myself to go and catch a perch, I lost one, and that was it, not a touch. And that was me getting in the river with my waders on as well. Took my favourite peg, but it's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. That's fishing. And once again, I must say that I'm sure I said it earlier in the video. I was more than happy to go fishing for pike today in the river because the water temperature was 15.9. But come sort of 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I'd left my pike rod in the car anyway, so I could cover more ground quicker. But I do need to make one more big thank you, and that's to Sean and Tom. Thank you very much for thinking of me, lads, and sending these out. These, Snagged bro. It will focus. These are the glasses the lads have sent out to me, and they had no idea I'd lost my old ones. It was just pure coincidence I've sent these out. Even their little, it made me giggle actually, even their little cleaning cloth is initialed Snagged bro. I think it's brilliant. And then on the glasses, little comment if you can see it, it's got Snagged bro on the side as well. But these really lightweight, floatable, so if they fall in the water they will float, and they work. They do what it says on the tin. Polarised glasses. They're not paying me to do this, you know what I mean? They've sent them to me to try, and I'm really impressed with these. So I'll put a link to their website where if anybody wants to get these or wants a backup pair or anything, you can go and get them yourself. I've used them, obviously. I've not really done a review as such of these. That wasn't really the idea. The lads have just sort of said, here you go, have these, thank you very much. So Tom, Sean, thank you very much, lads. Catch you in a bit, everybody.